Barakatin Yahweh, Barakatin Yahweh Shai, Barakatin Ruach HaKodesh. Greetings to all Joshua Rala, including the Israelite foreigners. Alright, this video is long overdue. Eventually, I was going to do this because it needs to be done. Leviticus 11, dietary laws, because, we got to put that pig and that shrimp, the cockroach of the ocean, right there with the weed, with the alcohol, coke, meth, heroin, pills, everything that Jake is hooked on and doesn't want to let go. Because Jake loves that pig, man. I mean, just look at Esau, man. His breakfast menu, man. Ham, bacon, sausage, pig, man, to get you all slow and lethargic. Starting off all fucked up already. But just so before I get into this, that if you want to get fat, that's a good way by eating pork, because it has like artery clogging, cholesterol, saturated fat. It also increases your chances of like heart disease like crazy, diabetes, arthritis, osteoporosis, Alzheimer's, asthma, and impotence, man. A lot of jakes, they eat a lot of pig, look like pigs, and they can't fuck their bitches, man. So just so and the cockroach of the ocean, that the shrimp, it eats anything, man, dead skin, shit, everything, man. And when they peel it, all that shit comes out. I mean, it has a lot of cholesterol. So some of these are like in tanks where it's full of like pestilence, man. But that's what you love, right? But let's proceed. Okay, food permitted and forbidden. Now, the Most High spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying to them, "Speak to the children of Israel, saying, These are the animals which you may eat among all the animals that are on the earth. Among the animals, whatever defies the hoof, having cloven hooves and chewing the cud, that you may eat." Okay, cloven hoofs is like that split, the hoof, like sheep, goats, they have that. And chewing the cud means like because they chew whatever they process until they completely like process it nicely, and they chew the grass. Okay, now it says, "Nevertheless, these you shall not eat amongst those that chew the cud, or those that have the cloven hooves. The camel, because it chews the cud but does not have cloven hooves, is unclean to you. The ox hyrax, because it chews the cud but does not have cloven hooves, is unclean to you. The hare, because it chews the cud but does not have cloven hooves, is unclean to you." Yeah, man, you're not supposed to be eating rabbit, man, because they eat like mice and all kind of other. They eat flesh, man. And the swine, see, the pig, though it divides the hoof, having cloven hooves, yet does not chew the cud, is unclean to you. Their flesh you shall not eat, and their carcasses you shall not touch. They are unclean to you. Yeah, because they lay and vomit, and they eat their own feces. I mean, that's why you have to cook it real good, because the meat has parasites, man. I used to know that, because I haven't seen him in a while, some Edomite devil. Just because you're Edomite devil don't mean that we can't be sociable, I worked with this fool, and he lived out there in desert area, Lancaster, and he ate uncooked pork chops or some shit like that, and he got meningitis. He was in a coma for like 5 days. That was like about 10 years ago, man. Edomites being Edomites, man. Okay, now let's proceed. "These you may eat of all that are in the water. Whatever is in the water has fins and scales, whether in the seas or in the rivers, that you may eat. But all in the seas or in the rivers that do not have fins or scales, all that move in the water, or any living thing which is in the water, they are abominations to you. They should be abominations to you. You should not eat their flesh, but you should regard their carcasses as an abomination. Whether in the water does not have fins or scales, that should be an abomination to you." Basically, it's simple. Eat all the fish that has scales, You don't eat the scales. Don't be stupid either, Peel it off, because those are high on omega, and they're upright for you, man. Now, see all the other ones that don't have like scales, like catfish, shark, all that. They eat flesh, and they also like scavengers. They eat like feces, man. You don't want to be eating anything that eats shit, man. Don't be such a shithead. Now, see. And these you shall regard as an abomination amongst the birds. They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination. The eagle, the vulture, the buzzard, the kite, the falcon after its kind, every raven after its kind, the ostrich, the short-eared owl, the seagull, and the hawk after its kind, the little owl, the fisher owl, the screech owl, the white owl, the jackdaw, the carrion vulture, the stork, the heron of its kind, and the hopi, and the bat. Yeah, man, see, Moabites, they eat bat. You don't supposed to eat none of those birds because they eat flesh. You know what I'm saying? You don't supposed to eat anything that eats flesh. All right? And the stork stinks, so it doesn't even count. Look, all flying insects that creep on all four shall be an abomination to you. Yeah, don't eat roaches. Yet these you may eat of every flying insect that creeps on all four, those which have jointed legs above their feet, which they leap on the earth. These you may eat. The locust after its kind, the destroying locust after its kind, the cricket after its kind, and the grasshopper. But all other flying insects which have 4 feet shall be an abomination to you. Yeah, some places in Mexico, that they eat crickets and grasshoppers. I guess you couldn't eat those, man. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't touch no insect, but whatever, man. Okay, unclean animals, it says. By these you shall become unclean. Whoever touches the carcass of any of them shall be unclean until the evening. Whoever carries part of a carcass of any of them shall be washed his clothes and be unclean until the evening. The carcass of any animal which divides the foot, but is not cloven hoof, or does not chew the cud, is unclean to you. Everyone who touches it shall be unclean. And whatever goes on its paws among all the kinds of animals that go on all four, those are unclean to you. However, touches any such carcass shall be unclean until the evening. Whoever carries any such carcass shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the evening. It is unclean to you. Yeah, man, just in general, man, don't be picking up, touching dead animals' carcasses, man. There's a lot of bacteria and like, just germs, man. Don't be such an idiot, man. You see a dead cat or some shit, man. Don't grab it with your hands. You know, it's just hazardous, man. Now proceed. These also shall be unclean to you amongst the creeping things that creep on the earth: the mole, the mouse, and the large lizard after its kind, the gecko, the monitor lizard, the sand reptile, the sand lizard, and the chameleon. These are all unclean to you among all that creeps. Whoever touches them when they are dead shall be unclean until the evening. Anything on which of them falls when they are dead shall be unclean, whether it's any item of wood, clothing, or skin, or sack. Whatever item it is in which any work is done, it must be put in water, and it shall be unclean until the evening. Then it shall be clean. Any earthen vessel into which any of them falls, you shall break, and whatever is in it, they shall be unclean. Okay, man, you're not supposed to be eating any mice or any reptiles of any kind, man. It's no good for you, man. These animals eat other flesh, man. And once again, man, don't be touching dead animal carcasses, man. It's just hazardous. In such a vessel, any edible food upon which water falls becomes unclean, and any drink that may be drunk from it becomes unclean. Yeah, man, if you have like a sports bottle, man, and it landed on a dead animal, you're not gonna drink after that shit, man. You gotta throw that shit away, man. And look, on everything on which part of any such carcass falls shall be unclean, whether it's on an oven, cooking stove, it shall be broken down, for they are unclean, and it shall be unclean to you. Nevertheless, a spring or a cistern in which there is plenty of water shall be clean, but whatever touches any such carcasses become unclean. Over and over again, you're not supposed to touch anything that's dead, man. And if part of any such carcass falls on any plant, seed which is in the sown, it remains clean. But if the water is put on the seed, if part of any such carcass falls on it, it becomes unclean. Yeah, basically, you don't want to water your plants with like water that dead animal is flowing in. It's just nasty. And if any animal which you may eat dies, he touches its carcass shall be unclean until the evening. He who eats his carcass shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the evening. He also carries his carcass shall wash the clothes and be unclean. Yeah, so you go hunting, man, and you kill an animal, and wash your clothes, man. Don't be around with that blood and all that shit. And every creeping thing that creeps on the earth shall be an abomination. It shall not be eaten. Whatever crawls on his belly, whatever goes on all four, or whatever has many feet among all the creeping things that creep on the earth, these you shall not eat, for they are an abomination. You shall not make yourself abominable with any creeping thing that creeps, nor shall you make yourself unclean with them, lest you be defiled by them. Yeah, don't eat centipedes or snakes and all that other nasty shit. You know. And let's proceed. For I am Yahweh your Elohim. You shall therefore consecrate yourself, and you shall be holy. For I am holy. Neither shall you defile yourself with any creeping thing that creeps on the earth. For I am Yahweh Elohim, who brings you up out of the land of Egypt to be your Elohim. You shall therefore be holy, for I am holy. This is the law of the animals and the birds and every living creature that moves in the waters and every creature that creeps on the earth, to distinguish between the clean and the unclean, between the animal that may be eaten and the animal that may not be eaten. Okay, so basically he's letting you know what's good for you and what is bad for you. And see, who else is going to know your nutrition diet better than your creator? So, you know, just have a more balance, give yourself more options, man. You don't have to just eat fish all the time. You could eat fish, chicken, try to calm down on that red meat too. You want to eat that steak, just don't eat too much because it's hard. It takes a while for your body to process it. Get some nuts, some grains, uh, vegetables, fruits. Just have a balanced meal and be healthy. And on that note, shalom.